I know, and you know, we've always wanted to know what the strongest mob is in Minecraft. So in today's video, we're going to be fighting the Enderdragon against the Witherboss. Today's video is more like a myth-busting type of video, and we can do more of these. So if you do enjoy this, be sure to thumbs it up. Before we get into this, I want you to leave a comment down below on what you think the strongest mob is. Now, there's a little bit of a disadvantage for both of them. The disadvantage for the Enderdragon is I have to take out the end crystals in order for the Enderdragon to stay center, because of course he would just fly around. The disadvantage for the Witherboss is we're in the end, so it's kind of like the Enderdragon's territory. So this is kind of a little bit of a test. I've not done this before in Minecraft Pocket Edition, so I don't know how this is going to work out. Now, of course, to spawn the Witherboss in the end, we have to use a command. But what I might do is I might spawn 2 Witherbosses versus 2 Enderdragons. It's kind of like a tag team thing. I don't know, this is just really fun and something different. So in order to summon this, we have to do / summon wither.boss, and we have to spawn it on our coordinates, which are 1, which is wrong, which is 1, 2, and 3. Now, as you guys can see, we've successfully spawned the Wither in the end. Now, what I do know that is the Witherboss doesn't like Enderman. So the Witherboss is definitely going to start attacking Enderman. Now, as you guys can see, both of them currently still have full health, and it's kind of really hard to see these, so I should probably travel down a little bit. Now, as you guys can see, the Witherboss is more interested in the Enderman. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spawn the Witherboss here, which is center. So / summon wither.boss. This is going to be fun. We're going to spawn it right here. And also / summon. Let's spawn the dragon. And let's spawn on my coordinates as well. So far we're going to have ourselves 2 dragons and 2 Witherbosses. So, let's see how this ends up. Okay, so now we have ourselves 2 Enderdragons and 2 Witherbosses. Now, so far, this Enderdragon is taking a lot of damage, and this one's taking damage. So it looks like the Witherboss is actually going hardcore on both of these dragons. Now, the Witherboss hasn't lost any health at all, and the Witherboss is actually chasing the Enderdragon. They're taking a lot of damage. I actually didn't think the dragon was going to take this much damage, but it is definitely taking more damage than the Witherboss. I don't think the Witherboss has lost anything at all. Let's just have a little bit of a look around here, because these two, again, are more interested in the Enderman. Now, technically, the Endermen are Team Enderdragon. And for example, in this dimension, I would class the Wither skeletons as like Team Witherboss, which actually might be more interesting. Let's spawn ourselves some Wither skeletons if we can and see what happens with the Enderdragon. So far, no health has been lost on the Witherboss. The only health that has been lost is of the Enderdragons, and that's both of them as well, by the way. That's not just one. That is, and actually, the Enderdragon isn't even interested in the Wither skeletons, and neither are the Endermen. Now, I'm really confused as to where these have gone. Where have my Witherbosses gone? They've kind of like disappeared. Now, they're over here. Okay, so there's one, and there's another one. Are they they're more interested in the Enderman. They are so interested in the Enderman. So that kind of concludes what Endermen are more interested. Okay, well, let's do this again. Let's spawn ourselves a couple more Witherbosses and see what happens here. Because I think the Witherbosses are a little bit more fun than the Enderdragon. So / summon wither.boss, and let's just spawn it on our coordinates. And you know what? I'm not just going to spawn one. I'm going to spawn a couple of these. So / summon wither.boss, and let's do a couple of these. Because I want to try and get rid of all of these Endermen in order for the Witherboss to start fighting the Enderdragon. Now, the Enderdragon's health hasn't depleted at all in a little while, but you can see here that Witherboss has just spawned on the Enderdragon, and it's more interested in the Enderdragon. Now, the Enderdragon doesn't take that much damage from one shot from the Witherboss, but the Witherboss has its skulls. Now, the skulls give the Enderdragon the Wither effect, which is actually a bit of myth-busting in its own, because I did not know if the Enderdragons were affected by the Wither effect. But it turns out they are. They're taking a lot of damage, and it's literally like a free-for-all right now. I don't even know which way to look in. This one is more interested in the Enderdragon itself. So where did he go? Where did he go? Okay, so far nothing. Oh, that Enderdragon's actually losing a lot of health. There's an Enderdragon which is very low. So far what we've concluded is the Witherboss prefers Enderman. The Enderdragon does not see the Witherboss as a threat. So for example, a threat would be me in survival, I'm not in survival, so this is very unusual. The Wither Skeletons aren't interested. It would have been more interesting if the Ender Dragon could spit its breath, which is the, like, the dragon's breath, because it would have done damage to the other mobs as well, which means that they would have been really frustrated, such as the Wither Skeletons. But this dragon's lost a little bit of health. It hasn't lost loads of health, but it's lost a little bit of health here. Now, after skipping ahead just a little bit, the Wither bosses have started to take more notice in the Ender Dragons, and you can see the health has depleted a lot. Also, the Wither bosses have started to tear apart the podiums as well, so they're literally ripping apart the dragon's den, which is quite unusual. So you can see one of these dragons is definitely nearing the end of its life. So the conclusion already is that the Ender Dragon is a lot less powerful than the Wither boss. Is that the answer? So I want to skip ahead and see what happens when the Wither boss kills an Ender Dragon. So I skipped ahead around about 20 minutes, and the Wither boss actually defeated the Ender Dragon. It actually defeated it, firing its Wither skulls at it, defeating the Ender Dragon. Now, I don't know if it drops any more XP if the Wither boss kills it. It still drops a certain amount of XP. And I'm guessing it's just the normal XP levels, which is around about between 40 and 60 levels. So what I've noticed here is the Wither boss actually defeated the Ender Dragon. And you can see here that it's still being attacked. It's still ripping it apart. For me, it took a very long time. So I'm kind of curious as to how long it would take for you guys. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to thumbs it up. If you would like some more Mythbusters episodes and videos, then be sure to let me know. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.